First, we get SpaceX. Now, we get the Doge department. There's a lot more to this than you think. The whole idea is government spends a lot of money. Trump doesn't want everyone to spend all this money, so he hires two people that are good at not spending money to basically weed out all the extra spending of the government. Let's go. A lot of people are going to be upset, but Trump putting that onto someone else kind of makes it easier for him. The funny thing is, so Bitcoin has a halving mechanism. Every time the transactions get to a certain number, double the previous number, it cuts the amount of rewards everyone gets in half. Everyone who's mining and operating the Bitcoin system, those transaction fees go to the operators of the Bitcoin computers, which are miners. And those miners' fees get cut in half it's give or take 2 years. It's been speeding up. And then if you go historically, Bitcoin will rise up until halfway through the halving. And then it will decline until the next halving, and then people will start to get interested again. When the halving happens, that doesn't mean everyone's going to be making a lot more money. That just means that now the miners are getting less money, and they're going to hold their coins for a longer time. That date, given however smunkin' long ago, based on so many graphs, was July 4th. What day does the Department of Government Efficiency end on? July 4th. They're trying to clear out over $500 billion of excess funds that are going to projects and things that nobody really needs, but nobody's going to raise their hand to say, no, we don't need any more money. So a new company to actually do that, rework how everything works, cool. But it's called Doge. Dogecoin's been flying off. All the meme coins have been flying off. A lot of things have been growing. And then along with Bitcoin at its all-time highs, things are about to change. Feel like later on this might lead to some sort of external government intervention, just with the whole too much collusion and money and stuff like that. But it's a public thing. Everyone knows about it, so it's a little bit different this time. When Elon first took over Twitter, I was like, And I still call it Twitter. It's still Twitter. But I have high hopes for this. This is looking good. Apparently, there's over 1,200 programs in the government that are still receiving funds, even though they haven't received new bills to appropriate those funds. With Elon suggesting he can save over $2 trillion in a year, nearly a third of total annual government spending, which we've all been saying for years. Everyone's wasting money spending stuff around. It's not out of pocket. I think that. But to have Doge behind the name of this is just absolutely insane. We're not exactly sure if they are a actual government organization or operating outside of the government, like they say a couple times, but they're going to be advising on which federal departments actually cut staff and cut down on massive wasting. Trump vowed that Musk and Ramsey will pave the way for administration to dismantle government bureaucracy / excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. Cool. Down. Where's Doge at today? Dogecoin price. It started growing on the 9th. Today is the 13th. Somebody knew about this, but past that, it could have just been the whole market going up. The announcement last night, 29 cents to 41 cents, 30% increase overnight because we have a new government Doge department. Musk claims that $750,000 for a fire alarm in New York Metropolitan Opera House and $350,000 to develop AI smart toilets. There's obviously so many places we're wasting money, and like what happens is we vote on a bill, we're like, yeah, save whales, we love whales, and then they tack into that, we're gonna give this one company $80,000, $100 million just to give us the water for our whale tanks that we're gonna be saving some whales in. And water cost half a penny, and they're selling it to the government at $100 because it was tied into the bill. Nobody's really losing money. It's a win-win-win, except for the taxpayer and our actual overall economic growth. I feel like a lot of people are scared for their jobs and income right now. Is this department directly tied to the coin? No. The department isn't accepting money. They're taking money away from people and government agencies. It's unlikely that we see any correlation between the coin being used in government directly from this program. Long-term effects of this is keeping a standard name for at least the next 2 years of like what Doge is doing. And at this point, Doge needs to pivot into some sort of cost-cutting, saving kind of technology in order to pair with the way the government's taking it to really be like accepted into the government. That'd be kind of cool. I don't think we'll ever have a cryptocurrency like that for our government, but it'll probably be a fiat, something like where you introduce a fiat that you can regulate and still create more of and confuse the entire population into thinking it's crypto and it can't be manipulated. Kind of like USDT, where you can mint more USDT when it's needed. The government will be able to mint more, and they've been working on a digital dollar, a connection in between the two. There's really no reason for the crypto aspect of it except for like a light haul on the server systems, but they wouldn't want to give up that kind of security. So I think it's a long time before we see a digital dollar or the Doge dollar or something actually connected to the United States currency. We need a Doge department and SpaceX collab. That would be dope.